morning. Welcome back, or welcome if you are new. I'm so glad you joined me today. This is my kitchen and my name is Martha. Today we are going to be making at least 4 make-ahead breakfasts, maybe more, I'm not sure. I just cleaned out my deep freeze, so I'm ready to get that baby filled back in and ready to go. So I need some quick and easy breakfast. So the first one is going to be egg bites. I'm just going to scramble the eggs real quick and then get my pans ready. But for my add-ins, I went ahead and made a combination of peppers and onions and a little bit of broccoli and cauliflower for some veggie quality. But the add-ins are completely customizable, sorry about that. You do you add what you like. And then I just have some breakfast sausage. Again, you can add whatever kind of meat that you prefer or that you have on hand. Sky is the limit. And then I just have a little bit of Colby Jack cheese. So let me scramble up these eggs real quick and get my pans ready, and then we'll get started. Okay, so I have the eggs all scrambled up. I did 18 eggs, so 1.5 dozens of eggs. And I used to pour the eggs in and then put in my toppings, but you know, it gets messy. So what we're gonna do is put the toppings in first, put the eggs in, and then top with cheese. So here's a little tip. Ask me how I know. Don't forget to season your eggs when you scramble them. Because these are going in the oven, this is your only chance to do that. I did forget, and we made some without cheese. The ones with cheese were fine because the cheese has salt in it. It was fine. The ones without cheese were not good. They weren't good at all, and it really sucked because those were the ones I was really looking forward to, but they weren't good. So don't forget to season your eggs. So I have a combination of paper liners and my silicone liners. I like the silicone ones because I don't have to have multiple pans. I like that, or multiple muffin pans. You can not use liners at all if you don't want to. Just spray your muffin pans, and you might have to do several batches if you have a 6-cup one like I do. So the first thing we're going to do is start with our veggies. I'm just going to put a little bit in the bottom of each cup, and they won't stick to the bottom. I noticed that a lot of it rose to the top as it was cooking, so it's okay that it's on the bottom. It's not going to stay there. I'm just putting, I don't know, about a tablespoon each in each cup. It's early, sorry if I'm stumbling over my words. That is why I wanted to get this done before the heat of the day, because it's going to get gorgeous, and I wanted to not have my oven on later. Oh, and the oven is preheating at 375 while I'm doing this. And that is another big tip. Preheat your oven while you're getting everything ready. Then you don't have to wait for it to warm up. And of course, if you don't want to put veggies in yours, just do egg and cheese. Oops. And if you don't want cheese in yours, don't put cheese in it. You know, I love things where you can just make it to suit you and your family, especially if you have little kids that are a little bit more picky about things. So that's just a little tip there. I'm not going to have enough veggies for all of them, so some of them are just going to be egg and cheese. It looks like about 7 of them are just going to be egg and cheese, which is fine. And this is just my breakfast sausage. And if you know my family, if you've watched before, you know that we only eat chicken, fish, and turkey. So this is turkey breakfast sausage. You can do whatever you like, leave the meat out, use whatever meat you have in the fridge, whatever you want to do. I've put bacon in them. I've left the meat out completely. They're still delicious. The ones without veggies, I may have enough sausage to put in those, so there'll be sausage, egg, and cheese. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have enough sausage. And the other thing I like is when you're done, if you have leftovers, you can just make another recipe that you can put in the fridge. One of our other favorite make-ahead breakfasts is breakfast burritos. And of course the sausage will work great in the breakfast burrito. I think this side, I'm actually just going to do egg and cheese, and these ones are just going to be veggie, egg, and cheese, and I'm going to leave the rest of the sausage for another recipe. And now I'm just going to start topping off all of the cups. Now these will rise up while they're cooking because of the steam, but they don't generally overflow unless you're really, really crazy full, go really, really crazy full with them. I do like to keep a pan under though, just in case, because it seems like it's just my luck. Like I said, this is 18 scrambled eggs. We love to have these in the freezer. They are so easy to warm back up. Okay, I'm just going to top these ones with the cheese and then get everything finished and off to the oven it goes. You don't need a ton of cheese, just a little bit goes a long ways because these aren't very big. And it melts down in nice, and it's not like it gets all crusty and brown on top. I like that because it melts down into the egg cup. And I will show you, I will do my best to remember to show you what these look like when they're done. I always forget. All right, so there's what they look like before they go in the oven. And I'm just gonna finish the rest and get these baking off. Our next breakfast will be cinnamon raisin oat bites. 3 cups of oats. These are old-fashioned rolled oats. You can use quick oats if you'd like. And then I'm going to use 1.5 cups of almond milk. You can use regular milk or water. Three-quarters cup brown sugar, well packed. Raisins. Ideally, I would have had more to add, but I just needed to use this last little bit up. 2 eggs. You can use more eggs if you like, if you want to up the protein. And then cinnamon, which I must have forgot to bring over. I never really measure the cinnamon, I just eyeball it, but you want probably about a tablespoon. Alright, now I'm just going to mix that all together. If it seems a little dry, I will add a little bit more milk, which it is a little bit dry. We want everything moistened. Just going to put just a little bit more milk in there, probably another 1/4 cup. And then I'm just going to use my
cookie scoop and scoop into my muffin tins here. I have them lined with my silicone liners because I think the silicone liners would slide off easier. Alrighty. So now we're just gonna fill them up. And then these are gonna go into the oven, 350 degrees for about 30-ish minutes, but just keep an eye on it. I say 30-ish because my oven is not consistent. And I fill them pretty full because this really isn't gonna rise. It will rise just a little bit, but I want them nice and big. And this cookie scoop or ice cream scoop is the perfect size. And of course, if you didn't have muffin liners, you could just spray your pan so it doesn't stick, or you could use paper liners. I was going back and forth at how much oats I should use, and I think this is a perfect amount. We're going to get 12 muffins exactly. I have just a little bit left in here. We'll just top off a couple of them. And then I'm going to put these on a cookie sheet just in case they overflow, but they most likely won't. They're not that wet. And now, like I said, in the oven they go for about 30-ish minutes. When they're finished, I will show you the results. The next breakfast is breakfast scramble bowls. We're going to start with our vegetables. I have potatoes, green and yellow bell pepper. The green pepper is from the garden from this summer. I had frozen some. And all I'm going to do is take my red peppers and I'm just going to chunk them into bite-sized pieces. We're going to load everything up on a lined baking sheet and coat it with oil and spices and throw it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes until everything is roasty toasty. And that's the size of my potatoes. Oh, I have to line my baking sheet. Just gonna throw some parchment on there. Now, if you're cooking for a larger family, of course you would do a lot more. I'm just doing these up for the 3 of us and 1 extra for my hubby to take on the road. And these are pretty large potatoes. In fact, I'm not sure if I will go ahead and use all 3 or just do 2. Our son isn't a huge fan of potatoes. He will eat them from time to time, but if he doesn't have a lot in his bowl, he would be fine with that. Yeah, as I said, these are really large potatoes, so I think these 2 are going to be good. And these are really easy dinners, or breakfasts, sorry. I'm so used to recording myself doing dinners. Now I'm just going to cut my yellow bell pepper into slices. I don't want them too thin because they'll burn in the time that it takes to cook the potatoes. All right, oh, the green bell peppers. Oh, there's a couple of colorful ones left in here, but mostly those got used up, so it's just mostly green. And as I said, all the green peppers came out of our garden last year. If you haven't watched our garden harvest videos, go back and check them out. I got so many peppers, definitely the most bell peppers I've ever gotten. Unfortunately, most of them were green, but hey, I'll take it. Here in Kentucky, it's hard for me to get colored peppers, and I even bought those ones as starts. I didn't start those seeds, and still, we just never got any fully ripened peppers. Maybe I was just too impatient too. Now I'm just going to slice the onion, keep it about the same size as the peppers so that nothing burns. Probably just use half this onion. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, now I'm just going to oil these and season them up with salt and pepper. Throw them in the oven for 400 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes. Second to last, we are going to be working on some breakfast burritos. And I've got some hash brown potatoes that I made up yesterday, and some breakfast sausage, and of course eggs and cheese. We're just going to go ahead and make up a few burritos. Some of them are going to have the meat and the potatoes, and some will just be egg and cheese. And then lastly, I'm just going to do some egg rounds, some fried egg rounds, and put those in the fridge for egg sandwiches. I probably won't show that on a video because that's just pretty straightforward, but all of these are really easy breakfasts that freeze well. I don't like the fried eggs frozen though. They don't reheat well in my opinion unless they're completely thawed, and it just is kind of what's the point. So for me, I don't do those anymore. Yeah, I probably overstuffed this one. Pretty notorious for doing that. That is okay. And then what I will probably do is individually bag these up or wrap them in plastic wrap. Yeah, I really overstuffed this one. The tortilla is
tearing on me. Yeah. Okay, this one's probably gonna have to be started over. So don't go crazy on your fillings. I can make 2 out of that one that I had. Okay, that's a better amount. And then if you just roll them, it keeps that end from puckering out. There we go, a nice tight little burrito. And then I'll just put these in individual bags, or like I said, wrap them in plastic wrap and mark what they are and what they have inside, so that way you can grab what you want as you go. My husband likes these to take on the truck with him when he's on his truck, because he can eat them while he's driving and he doesn't have to, you know, it's just not a mess if you don't overstuff them like I did in the beginning. Alrighty. Trying to get all the tears that I made in the beginning wrapped inside. There we go. Alrighty, do one more and then I'll just finish these off camera, and this video will be complete and it'll be up for you to watch. Let me know in the comments, what are your favorite go-to make-ahead breakfasts? For me, I really enjoy having breakfasts and lunches in the freezer, because I just don't, those are the hardest things for me, it seems like, to wrap my brain around. Lunch, because I'm busy, I'm usually working, and breakfast, because my brain doesn't function well until about 11 o'clock. You know how it goes. It's hard sometimes if you're not a morning person. Oops, let's put a little cheese in there. Almost forgot. I think I'll probably do 6 of each. 6 with the extra filling, and then 6 with just the egg and cheese. There we go. Alrighty, now let's do a couple of just egg and cheese. I think I'll do 4 and 4 and then make sure I have enough filling, you know, enough eggs and everything. Put a little more egg in there since this is just egg. So what are you thinking of the shorts? Tell me what you think about that. YouTube algorithm seems to really like me uploading every day, so it is hard to do a full video every day, but I can do a short and a video, you know, a short one day and a video the next day. That I can do. And this one, I think, already had a hole in it. Oh yeah, it's completely blown out. That is not going to work. I didn't even realize that it had a hole in it. This tortilla is just not good. Oh yeah, see, completely torn out. We'll just have to eat that up. Alrighty. Alright, so I think that's enough, and I'll finish these up, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I can't wait to see you next time.